Many people believe that consuming pornography is a harmless habit, something that stays contained within a digital screen. But your brain does not see pixels, it sees a biological flood. Just as I often warn you that your body does not whisper, but instead screams through signals like tingling or brain fog, your mind is sending out SOS signals, biological alarm bells, telling you that your reward system is being starved and your neural pathways are becoming rusted. Today, we are going to look at the real truth about what happens deep inside your cells. We are going to look at the chemical war zone that develops when the brain is overstimulated, and most importantly, I am going to give you a clear map to protect your mental clarity and reclaim your independence. The dopamine spike, a sugar wave for the brain. In many of our consultations, we've talked about how fruit juice creates a sugar wave that hits your bloodstream and makes your pancreas panic. Inside your brain, pornography acts in a very similar way, but instead of glucose, the currency is a molecule called dopamine. Dopamine is your brain's fuel for motivation and pleasure. Think of your brain's reward circuit like the electrical wires we've discussed regarding neuropathy. Every wire has a plastic coating, the myelin sheath, that allows signals to travel cleanly from your mind to your body. When you flood the brain with unnatural levels of dopamine through constant digital stimulation, it's like running a high-voltage current through wires designed for a simple light bulb. Over time, this constant sparking causes your receptors to down-regulate. They essentially close their doors to protect themselves from the surge. This is a mechanical failure of your reward system. You might start feeling a brain fog or a lack of motivation for the things you used to love, like your hobbies or real-life relationships. This isn't just feeling tired, it is your brain's circuitry trying to survive a chemical war zone. The frontal lobe, losing your brake pedal. In our discussions on nerve health and sleep, we talked about magnesium acting as a brake pedal for the nervous system. Your brain has its own biological brake pedal, the prefrontal cortex. This is the part of your brain responsible for logic, willpower, and long-term planning. When you consistently engage in high dopamine behaviors, the gas pedal, the reward center, becomes overactive, while the brake pedal, the prefrontal cortex, begins to thin and weaken. It's like trying to drive a car where the engine is screaming at 100 miles per hour, but the brakes have been stripped away. I have seen patients describe this as losing control or feeling like a zombie to their own impulses. This is not a lack of character, it is a structural change in the brain's anatomy. The security guard of your brain, the part that tells you when to stop, is essentially falling asleep on the job. The nerve starvation of reality. When the brain becomes accustomed to this super stimulus, real life starts to look and feel like gray sawdust. This is what I call the desensitization trap. Think about the eye repair protocol we discussed, how your eyes lose a critical protective molecule called glutathione, causing vision to turn cloudy. Your brain needs clarity too, but when the dopamine receptors are starved or rusted by overstimulation, normal joys, a sunset, a conversation, a hug from a loved one, no longer provide enough fuel to fire the signal. You become medically dehydrated of pleasure. Your nerves are essentially starving for real human connection, but they can't absorb it because the receptors are blocked, much like how a dried-out sponge can't absorb water. The brain rewire protocol. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. The human body has a capacity for recovery that genuinely humbles me. Your brain is neuroplastic, meaning it can patch the insulation on those wires and regrow its receptors, if you give it the right environment. I want you to follow what I call the BRP, or Brain Rewire Protocol, which mirrors the strategies we use for cellular health. The digital fast. You must stop the sugar spikes of overstimulation. Give your brain a 30-day reboot where you remove the stimulus entirely. This allows your dopamine receptors to reset and become sensitive again. The first sip, the WTR protocol. Drink 12 ounces of room temperature water with trace minerals the moment you wake up. This rehydrates your brain, which is 75% water, clearing the mental haze that often leads to impulsive decisions. The magnesium shield. To help with the restlessness or anxiety that comes during the reboot, use magnesium glycinate at night. It helps calm your nervous system and allows you to enter the rest and repair mode needed for neural healing. The 90-day window. Don't expect to feel perfect in 24 hours. Neural repair takes time. Just as structural lens repair takes 90 days, your brain's reward system needs consistent, uninterrupted time to flush out the barrels of toxic stress and rebuild its blueprints. Reclaiming the CEO seat. I want to be very clear with you. You are the CEO of your own health. This habit is not a life sentence. It is a signal that your brain's environment needs to change. Your brain has been carrying you faithfully for your entire life. It's time to return the favor by giving it the nutrition and the peace it needs to stay strong. If you are noticing that mental fog, that lack of presence, or a feeling that life has lost its glow, don't let anyone tell you it's just the way you are. Your body is giving you a chance to intervene before the damage becomes a permanent diagnosis. Start tonight. Remove the memory thieves and the harmful stimulus from your bedroom. Practice the slow rise in the morning to stabilize your mind and your body. Choose the version 2.0 of your life, one where you are in control of your focus, your energy, and your joy. Small, specific, and consistent wins are what actually move the needle for your long-term vitality. If this information opened your eyes, please share this video with someone who might be struggling in silence. We are building a community of people who refuse to accept decline, mental or physical, as inevitable. Leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts, or if you've noticed these foggy symptoms. I read every single story. I'm Dr. Mateo. Take care of your brain, listen to the signals it's sending you, and I'll see you in our next consultation.